Hi, I'm Obi. Can you already tell where I'm going with this look? So excited. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a new anime on Crunchyroll. It is specifically interesting to me for a particular reason, and that's that I've read it, or at least a little bit of it. I read manga sometimes, and I happen to pick this one up in between all the fluffy romance ones, and I really actually didn't like it that much. I don't know what it is about some genres just don't work as well in the manga format compared to the anime format. I think it has to do with the fact that they're so action-oriented, and it's hard to still capture action in a very good way. So I didn't actually care for it that much. To be honest, my feelings were that it was just a worse Blue Exorcist. This is by Studio Mappa. Studio Mappa made Rage of Baphomet and a bunch of other stuff. They're about half reliable, so there's about a half chance that this would be relatively good. It is a pretty big studio to be doing exclusives as far as American releases. Alright, so the opening for this is actually, it's alright. I happen to like the art style quite a bit, and a small part of me was like, yo, I kind of wish this was the art style for like the whole thing, which is wild because like there's just no way. It is way too gritty and violent to be that rounded and stylized and soft. It's gotta be more gritty. So the story starts and we meet Yuuji. Yuuji is a gifted athlete who is uninterested in athletic programs. We quickly find out this is because he has a grandfather who is sick in the hospital, and the sports after-school programs take too long to get out for him to go visit his grandfather. So he's invested in the Occult Club. His grandfather is a grouchy old man who tries to impart wisdom with him.
Yuuji. お前は強いから人を助けろ。とにかく一人でも多く助けてやれ。
And so the grandfather dies pretty dang swiftly.
呪術高専の伏黒だ。少し話がしたい。今。夢中なんすけど。
Megumi basically tells him that he's got to go take care of this situation real fast, and he's like, and Yuji's like, yo, I gotta deal with this death stuff. Someone just died. And Megumi's like, people will die if we don't handle this right now. They run off to go save the Occult Club from themselves and to stop the curses from overwhelming the school, the neighborhood, the whole world, right? And so we get a shot of the Occult Club that is indeed opening up the package, which is a finger wrapped in seals. It's like a decayed, mummified, it's spooky. Spooky, nasty. Whenever they get there, Megumi tells Yuuji to stay. You stay outside and you stay out of it, because it is not your problem or situation or anything, right? Which is a valid point. He can't help, he can't do anything, right? You would think. So he stays there for a while. Meanwhile, Megumi goes in and tries to fight off as much as he can with what he has, which is a curse dog thing. I have some questions that were neither answered in the manga as far as I got, nor in the anime as far as we've gotten, so I'll pitch those at the end, because if we don't get answers, then what is the point?
あいつに言われた通り、待つだけなのか。俺は何にビビってる。そうだな。死の気配がここまで来る。死ぬのは怖い。
Eventually he decides he gonna do it. He gonna go in, right? Because you know he's the main character. And he was told to save people, like 20 minutes ago by a dead man. So that's gonna take priority because he's not fully grasped the whole morning thing. He's just going on 100%. And so he bust through a window.
Itadori! じいちゃんは正しく死ねたと思うよ。けどこっちのは間違った死だ。
Which is a wonderful scene. Oh, the action, man. Megumi thanks him. He's like, oh, great, that was good timing. Even though I told you not to be here. Thanks, bro. So Yuuji takes the curse out of the girl's pocket and goes to hand it to Megumi. But a curse comes down from the ceiling in between them where they're holding the finger and tries to get it. And so he ends up with it. Somehow, Megumi gets hurt. He gets hella hurt. Yuuji starts going after this thing by himself.
Itadori! あいつは連れて逃げろってのがわかんねえのか。お前だってやばいじゃねえか。呪いは呪いでしか払えない。お前じゃ勝てないんだ。
Megumi's like, hey, you actually can't even hurt it. You're wasting your time. Run. Just run. And he's like, but I have to try. Megumi said that only curses can fight other curses. And if we look at what Megumi is capable of, this stands, because those wolf things seem like curses, right? So, Yuuji, in his infinite wisdom and complete logic in my mind, I don't think he was wrong in this case, thought to himself, this finger is a curse. I may eat it, then I can fight that curse. That completely tracks with what Megumi has said. I appreciate this moment because usually in these kind of moments a character will do something that's illogical in order to drive the plot, whereas this made complete sense. And so that was really, really nice. And so he eats the cursed finger. They call it like a special class cursed item. We don't really know what that means, but basically it's OP as hell. And he merges with the super strong curse. He becomes one with true evil. And we get to see the transformation into a very cool looking character. And that's the episode. Second episode starts, and we introduce a very OP character. And he is able to put a stop to the rampage of the curse that he consumed. Pretty easily, actually, without even trying that hard, to be honest. We find out that the curse's name is Sukuna, and Sukuna is a very spooky and cool-looking curse. It is revealed that Yuuji consumed a curse that would normally require someone to be executed had they consumed it. However, they're gonna do what they can to keep that from happening. Why? Because they're good people, bro. They're just trying to save people. This is what they do. Satoru, in particular, goes out of his way to ensure his safety by promising the higher-ups of the organization that he will comply with their request, that he consume all of the pieces of Sukuna, and then be executed. This will allow them to once and for all put a stop to Sukuna, who has been a dangerous curse upon the world pretty much for as long as anyone can remember. Satoru earns my undying respect for actually asking Yuuji how he's doing and about the loss that he just went through.
亡くなったのはじいちゃん。でも親みたいなもんかな。そっか。すまないね、そんな時に。
Satoru asks about his past grandfather and cares. Genuinely cares. Which is so sweet and soft and just not what I expected. Demon Slayer, take notes. Adults can be decent people. See? It is mentioned that Satoru is like thousands of years old, maybe. So maybe you just have to be thousands of years old in order to be a decent person, I guess. I don't know. Yuuji eats a second one of the fingers as a part of his show of commitment to the deal that they made. And it kind of becomes clear that it'll be harder for him to control Sukuna as he takes in more, but it isn't an issue like right now, it just will be an issue later. Satoru tells him that he will be attending a school for those studying the art of Jujutsu. Basically, he's gonna be going to school with Megumi. They'll be in different grades though, so like you'll see him sometimes, just not like all the time. He will be one of 3 students in his grade. Very small school, very small organization. Whenever he gets there, the principal attacks him and demands to know what his convictions are. The battle's kind of funny because we've seen him fight and we know that he can, but he absolutely gets his butt kicked by this little doll. It's pretty funny. And so he kind of goes through the process of deciding what his convictions are, and he eventually passes. And I think that's the whole episode. We find out more about Sukuna, and Sukuna's basically a god in terms of like curses, so that's P intense. He's basically an immortal, all-powerful curse that this kid just ate. Like a Pop-Tart or something. So next, they go to pick up a girl named Nobara. She's going to be one of Yuji's fellow students in the first year class. And they take a day to hang out in the city in, I think it's Tokyo? Satoru kind of tricks him into taking on some curses while they're there. It's his way of kind of testing Nobara because he knows what Yuji's capable of. He doesn't know what she's capable of. And there are a couple things that she, as a town girl, doesn't know about the city. And one of those things is that curses are not only stronger in the city because of higher population, but also that they are smarter.
あれ外した大丈夫か
This dude, not even like using the power of the curse, puts a hole in a wall. A concrete wall. Like, he's not even human. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like something about his backstory that's like explains his inhuman power, because he's really not even somewhat normal at this point. Like, he shouldn't, we never see him like training, we never see him doing anything that would indicate that he's been working hard for the strength. He also doesn't have the body of a bodybuilder or anything. So like, how is he able to punch through a concrete wall? Which Nobara also asks, because Nobara is no fool. So my thoughts on this are definitely that I like it more as an anime. It feels more like Demon Slayer than like Blue Exorcist. Blue Exorcist is a lot more lighthearted, but this show also has a lot more decent people than Demon Slayer. So it's kind of a nice in-between, but definitely more Demon Slayer because of all the violence and blood and stuff. If you don't like all that, I would definitely recommend Blue Exorcist more. Series the Jaeger also dips into these types of themes with minimal violence, so it's kind of in that area. I definitely also like Yuuji more as a character, which I didn't expect. He's a lot more relatable, being able to like hear him and see him and relate to him. One thing I also didn't expect from this anime was to really enjoy the combat. Like, there's something about it that's really fluid and has a good momentum. Like, there's a game theory that something should have a good kickback and momentum and swing in order to feel good. And this anime feels good, which is just so great. It's very satisfying. It swings, you know? I definitely, even if you don't feel like watching it because it's not your genre or whatever, I definitely recommend trying it just to see what the combat feels like to you, because it feels so nice and so good, and I definitely recommend that. Just try it out for the combat, to be honest. I think you get a pretty good fight in the second episode. The first episode. You get one in both, and then you'll get a lot here in the fourth and fifth, that's for sure. That'll be violent and crazy, but also very combat-y and good, so that'll be nice. I really dig this book. I kind of just want to sit here and stare at it. It's nice. Satoru's got some vibes. I just, oof. But yeah, that's it. It's a quick one. It's not a complicated show. Really, it isn't. It's a kid who eats some weird shit. Now he's gotta go eat some more weird shit, and there's violence along the way. That's pretty much it. He has an OP mentor. That's all I got. He himself is a good cinnamon bun, which is nice, and unexpected for a violent show like this. I don't remember what happens past these next couple episodes, because I think I stopped reading it, so it'll be fine. I don't know if I'll continue watching it. I might try the next couple episodes and then feel the same way I did when reading it and was like, ooh. But then again, the combat is so much better in the anime that I might just like finish it out, you know what I mean? We'll see. It might be fine. But yeah, I'm Obi. That's it. Oh, wow. Now that's a look. Wow, alright. Was he a demon king because he was powerful or because he could slay?